and girls. Today we're doing lesson 10.2 and we're going to see how can we classify triangles by the size of their angles. So something that we need to review is what we learned yesterday about our angles. Remember, an angle is formed by two rays or line segments that have the same endpoint. The shared endpoint is called a vertex. So when we're talking about classifying triangles by the size of their angle, we need to know the three important angles that we learned yesterday. We need to remember right angle, and remember a right angle forms a square corner. And the key, the little hints that it always tells you that it has a little square in it, and that tells us that it's a right angle. An acute angle, those are the angles that are less than 90 degrees. So if I put my square to this, it is smaller than the square. That makes it an acute angle. And then the third one is an obtuse angle. Remember, those are the angles that are larger than a right angle, so they're larger than 90 degrees. And when I put my little square there, I can see that the line goes past the square. So this is a larger than 90 degrees, larger than the square. It's an obtuse angle. So that's just what we're learning today, okay? We're looking at triangles, and we're going to identify these triangles based on angles that we find in them. So if you look at this first triangle here, it's a right triangle. And the key to that is I see that this one has a right angle in it. And a right triangle is a triangle with one right angle. The second type is an obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle, if I look at this angle right here, it is larger than 90 degrees. So that is an obtuse triangle because an obtuse triangle has a triangle with one obtuse angle. And the last one is an acute triangle. You see all of these corners are smaller than 90 degrees. And an acute triangle is a triangle with three acute angles. That's an acute angle, that's an acute angle, and so is that, okay? This is my scarlet triangle. Okay, so let's look at these triangles that I have drawn here, and let's try to decide what kind of triangles they are based on their angles. So here I see triangle RST. And this triangle, I don't see any right angles because I don't see any little squares. And none of them look to me to be larger than a piece of paper, than a corner, okay? None of them are larger. So this has three acute angles, which means this is an acute triangle. Let's look at the next one. Okay, I see, just by looking at it, I see a very wide angle here. And when I look at it, I can take my paper and put it on the line, and I see that this goes past 90 degrees. And when it goes past 90 degrees, that means it's an obtuse triangle. Okay. Here we have triangle LMN. And if I'm looking at it, I'm putting my paper and trying to see if I see anything larger than 90 degrees or at 90 degrees, and I don't. I see three acute angles, which means this is an acute triangle. Notice the first two were both, the first one and this one are acute triangles, and they look a little bit different, but as long as all three of their angles are acute, they're an acute triangle. Let's look at BCD. This one has a really big hint. Okay, it has the little square in it, which means that forms a right angle right there. Okay, which tells me this is a right triangle. Soon as you see that little square, it's a right triangle. You don't even have to think much about it. It's a right triangle. Okay, GIH. All right, I'm looking for 90 degrees. I don't see 90 degrees. I see that this is larger than 90. That means obtuse. triangle. Okay? PQR, up, I see the right angle, I see the little square. This is a right triangle. Easy. You can just go through. If you see the little square, it's automatic. ABC. Looking at it, taking my paper, just trying to see if I see any square angles. I don't. This is all three of them are acute. This is an acute triangle. And then the last one, okay, let me look for my angles. That one is going past 90 degrees, has one larger than 90 degrees, that means it's obtuse. Okay, so you have your lesson online. You have to do your Think Central assignment 10.2, and I will put some supplemental material to help you explaining it. Watch this video as many times as you need. Have a great day.